Okay, so I'm doing this video for Crystal, our sister Crystal Clay on here. She shared a video today of a dream she had where she saw 4 full moons and a blood moon. And when I saw the picture that she drew here, I almost fell off my chair because it is so similar to one that I have in my dream journal. I had a dream in 2015 that almost matches exactly everything she's sharing here in her video, and I will post a link to her video down below. So that's her picture, and here's mine. And on her picture she has this object over here, and she has 4 moon objects, and for some reason I only have 3. This could have been the 4th one, I really don't know. But you'll see when I read you guys the dream, I didn't know where to put this. I couldn't remember if I saw it here or if I saw it here. And hers is also over on the right. I know it definitely wasn't over here. So I knew it was somewhere around here, so I just put it here in the drawing. So that's mine, and that's hers. So I had this dream on January 10th, 2015. So I'm going to read you guys from my journal this dream. And again, if you go to her video, they're almost exactly the same. Okay, so I titled this Moons and Planet. It says, I was in my backyard at night and I saw 2 full moons. I knew right then and there that the rapture was about to take place. My 2 brothers and my sister were with me, and they were staring up at it in awe. I said to my brother, "You better repent now because it's about time." I then saw a brownish red looking planet. I put like planet question mark because I didn't know what to call this object. And it was somewhere around the moons. So again, I didn't exactly know where to place it. It was definitely either here or somewhere around here. It wasn't anywhere else. So it could have very well been where hers is. I just couldn't remember for some reason, and it might even not be important where exactly it was. And then it says, so we were standing there out back looking up at this, and they were scared and horrified, and I was excited, which is exactly what Crystal says in her dream, in her video. It says it was very scary yet exciting. So I was excited, and my sister was so horrified she almost started to cry. It was like she couldn't believe it, and she just had like the definition of horrifying on her face. And then it says, up in outer space, there were other signs going on with the stars, and it looked like a light show or something. I don't really know what that's symbolic of, but I've had a few dreams where there's something about a light show going on in the heavens. And this next part is kind of strange, but it says, there were wolves everywhere that started howling. They kept howling because more and more moons or planets were showing up in the sky. I said to my brother, the wolves are howling because they think these are moons, but they are not. So I think they were like, well, I wrote, it's like they were really planets or some other kind of planetary object. They could have just been stars. I think that's just what the Bible refers to planets as just stars. If it's not the sun or the moon, they're just all stars. I went inside the house to tell my husband, and I asked my sister where my brother went, and she said he went back inside to go sleep. And I know that's just symbolic of him being spiritually asleep and not paying attention to anything that's going on. Suddenly, I looked out my living room window, and a scene appeared outside and filled the entire window. It was the Christmas nativity scene, and I was so excited. And this is just a super quick, like 2-second sketch I did of it. I can't draw, but I literally just tried to scribble it down as fast as I could so I wouldn't forget. So if this is my living room window here, literally as far as my eye could see, it was the Christmas nativity scene, like you sometimes see on like Christmas cards, and where like the stars are out and it shows like the Christmas star, the Star of Bethlehem. Normally when you look out this particular window in my living room, you can see there's like a horse barn and horses and trees and a road, but I couldn't see anything except this. It was like as if it was overlaid completely in my vision somehow. I don't really know what this means, but it's tied to what I saw for some reason, and the Lord always uses Christmas as rapture symbolism in my dream. So I was outside and I saw the 2 moons, just like this. These were actual moons, and whenever I see this in a dream, I know right then and there, that second is the rapture. There was like no extra time after that. I knew that was my like 2-second warning that the rapture was happening when I saw that. And then I saw like these other stars or planets, and then this object. And I've dreamt of this several times, and in one dream in particular, I saw like a planetary lineup. And this one was the last one that had to get at the end in place. It was like slowly getting in place. And I knew that Jesus wouldn't come for us until this took its place, and it was the final piece to the full alignment. So in this dream, when I saw this, my siblings that were with me were horrified, and I was excited. So like typically in real life, like they don't really look for these type of things like signs of the times or anything like that. They aren't watching or waiting, and when I warn them about things, they just kind of are like, oh, okay, and let it go. So I was super excited because I knew when I saw this, it was time for the rapture right then and there. But they were absolutely horrified, and that's how people are going to be when they get left behind. So after I saw these, I went inside to tell my husband, and then I saw this out the living room window. So I've heard that dreaming about looking at a window could be like a vision of future things to come or something. I don't really know, but I just thought the similarities between our dreams in our picture and the dream were so similar that it has to be from the Lord. So again, I'm going to leave a link below. Listen to her dream. Let me know what you guys think. Another thing that she said that stood out to me was, she said she was in like a hunter's tower. I'm not really sure what you call them. And I know another name for a blood moon could be like a hunter's moon. I'm not... That, and it reminded me also of... who was it? Jonathan and David were searching for the new moon, I think. And in a dream that I had, she says she was up in this tower and she was trying to get the highest point so she could look down through these trees and get a glimpse of these moons. And she said, she's like, I just had to see them. And that's exactly how I described it in one of the videos on my channel. Was in another dream that I had, I knew I was on a mission. I absolutely had to get to the highest point of this city, and I was climbing up mountains and cell towers and like on houses and buildings and things, because I was trying to get to the highest point in the town so I could look down and make sure that I got the best view of the moon. I was hunting for the moon is how I described it. So when she said she was on a hunter's, and she called it a tower, and she said it's kind of like what hunters have in the woods. So when she said that, it reminded me of how I said in my original video that I was hunting for this moon. I had to get a sighting of it, and it turned out to where I not only found the moon, but there was two of them. And the first one was a super moon that was like huge, like it took up the whole sky. And then, yeah, that was how the first one was. I'd have to go back through my journals and see what was significant about the second one, but as soon as I saw him, I said, oh my gosh, it's the rapture. And I knew it was happening right then and there. So just the details of this dream, her dream, and then these two dreams of mine are just very similar. So just wanted to share that with you guys. And then, like I said, I'm just doing this for Crystal. She asked me to do a video about it. If you have any questions, Crystal, please feel free to leave them down below. And I will try my best to answer them, but I mean, how similar is that and this? And then, like I said, I thought very much that this could have been over here, but when I woke up, I couldn't remember and I didn't know where to put it, so I just put it there. So I have like two actual moons. These were like mirror images of each other. In my dreams, they're a lot of times these two moons are actual mirror images. They're identical. And then this felt like a planet or a star. So I have 4 objects, but she has 4 moons and then that. And she said that these kind of were taking on a little bit of the redness from that. And she goes over what she thinks that possibly could mean in her video. So I'll leave it down below and I'll talk to you guys later.